Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Factorio in our 02 MEGABASE mini-series. We're slowly but surely getting to a close of this series. In between the episodes, I punched a couple of hours into the save game. I double and tripled up on some materials such as circuits. I even doubled up on the oil and petroleum production. Of course, also lots more solar panels, and I installed a mod that helps me with the mining outposts. So now I can easily plan them out and I'm tapping into resources wherever I can at this point. The main thing I've been focusing on the past hour or so was to redo the entirety of the rocket silo. So the rocket silo was actually here. I took everything apart, as you can see, and now we have unloading stations at the bottom and at the top, bringing in all the resources for the satellite and the rocket launches. And then on the left side here we have a loading station for the white science, so it can actually be processed. At the moment we have reached robot worker speed 13 and we are also level 14 with our mining productivity. Not too shabby. Anyhow, as you can see, I now have access to all the materials. We even have one line left, so there are 7 materials we require. Let's get started with the satellites first. I quickly gotta check what we need for them. Yeah, there are 6 materials. Let's go ahead and start our satellite production right here. We might want to expand slightly, so I want to keep that in mind. Though I have to say, using all speed modules, we're probably gonna be good for quite some expansion time. As a matter of fact, we might be limited by the amount of items we can ship with a belt. Shipping in 6 materials is actually not that easy, but we can do it. Couple of stack inserters right there and here. And then all we have to do is bring this to the second inserter. Okay, looking good. Gonna give you some power and we should be golden. Now, how many materials is this using? Yeah, look at that! Way too many materials. You know, I guess for now, let's take out the speed beacons and we're just gonna reduce the power usage a little bit. We're still over the 45 items we can actually ship per belt, so I guess we don't really need more than one of those units per city block. In this case, I'm actually gonna cut this out to paste it in the center. So this unit is gonna go right here. Now we just have to bring in the materials. Let's see, processing units, some rocket fuel and stuff. I'm gonna do the easy ones first. So something like that. Do we need radars? Yes, indeed. And now, unfortunately, we need the rocket fuel, which is not the most convenient line. If I planned this ahead a little bit better, maybe this wouldn't have happened. But I guess, yeah, let's just go ahead and work around somehow. There we go. Now we have all the ingredients necessary and yeah, look at that. We cannot even bring in the materials quick enough. Well, to be honest, that is a little bit of a problem. I much rather use up an entire belt of one material, but then have multiple of these machines if we cannot do it otherwise. So let me try this again. I'm gonna redesign this so we can go with some kind of a ratio that adds up. Okay, I think I found the configuration I want to go with. First of all, we're going down to the rightmost corner. Right here I have 2 machines producing satellites, and if we check out the ratios, we can see that we are using not quite an entire belt yet, but we can easily expand on it. After that, the satellites continue, as well as the control units here, and we go all the way over here where we are going into the silo itself, as you can see here. So the 3 materials I need for the silo itself, I'm splitting off here. They go to the left and right respectively with the low density structures. And after that we should be able to daisy chain it. At the moment this silo cannot take all the materials I'm producing, so we need a second one. So technically that should be fairly easy. We should have the space for 4 silos. I just have to think about the output here actually. Let me maybe get rid of that so we can start to copy this design over. So in the meantime we can experience another rocket launch. I just want to go ahead and paste this in a little bit further away. But you know, we should still have enough space for 4 silos. That might be a close call. But I cannot really conveniently overlap it either. Well, I guess we have to try. We're gonna place it right here. That's the only way how I'm gonna fit 4 of these guys. With the control units, it's gonna be pretty straightforward. They just continue. However, the other materials might be more difficult. No, actually not that much. All we have to do is, for instance, split it right here, and we are on our merry way. And here we go, we're splitting it off once again, just like that. and we can serve the next silo. Easy peasy. And then we can go ahead, send them to our balancer and also to the train. Ah, this is great, man. One rocket after another at the moment, going well. Let's see what we need to build another silo. 1,000 steel plates, 200 processing units. Jeez. Let's just go ahead and actually order this with our logistics. So this is just gonna be a temporary order of all the materials I actually need. And you know, the cool thing about this is if we actually manage to serve 4 rocket silos, we can just go ahead, expand this and copy this over to serve 8 of them. However, I think right now we need to be careful, watch our resources and decide the best course of action. We can actually already craft a rocket silo. I'm just gonna disable personal logistics, craft that thing, and then we get rid of those extra materials I ordered. Great, with 2 rocket silos, it's actually gonna be extremely convenient. Ooh, I just love it. What I don't like to see is how the blue circuits always run out, and they also don't distribute very well. So we're gonna change that. There we go, the rocket silo is in place. Let's just make sure it actually has the modules. Stop crafting. There we go. Okay. Naturally, not quite as many resources are gonna reach the second silo. The first one is always gonna have priority. Oh, as a matter of fact, we're running out right now. I guess it will settle down a little bit once we have enough satellites. I mean, right now we're trying to fill up the entire belt. But yeah, there we go. We are actually starting 2 rockets at the same time. I just love it. Great progress, great progress. Let me see, how many white science packs did we make the previous 10 minutes? About 6,000, not too shabby. Let's see the other science packs. Not sure if something is being crafted at the moment. Not really. It's because we were waiting so long for the white science packs again that we accumulated the other science packs. But look at that. We are consuming pretty much 1,000 science per minute at the moment. And this is probably also the number I can keep up with. Great stuff, great stuff. Are you going to launch? Oh no. Wait, of course. I totally forgot about the satellites. Yeah, unfortunately, the satellites are a little bit of an issue. I have to bring them over, lead them up the sides or something. Okay, not the most beautiful solution, but now we truly have 2 rocket silos going for it. So my goal is at least somewhat achieved here. Yes, look at all the white science packs, and we are ready to launch again. Soon. Okay, now I guess it's all about getting more materials. As you can see, we are already through most of the materials here, but we can also see 3 of the stations are being served again. We're just waiting for the processing unit, so we might have to build more of that stuff and, you know, just generally check what we need and copy things over again and again. Alrighty, we are back and probably some more hours have passed. I've been working on the expansion heavily, adding more raw resources to the mix. Right now it looks as though we could use more water and oil trains. Of course, 2 are not going to do the trick for the entire megabase because of the traveling. As a matter of fact, we might have to tap into even more oil resources to fill this up quicker. Yeah, this could be. And then maybe add a 3rd station. The location right here isn't actually the best. Maybe I should just do it here on the top, for instance. Anyhow, what I wanted to show you is a look at the production. The previous 10 minutes, we can see we've made almost 1,000 of the yellow science packs. Over the course of the last 10 minutes, we actually produced an average of 3.2 thousand red science packs per minute. So some of the science packs we produce more of and some fewer. And then of course it's not always reliable. Maybe we should look back 1 hour and this is going to be more reliable. So it looks like we had an average of 532 yellow science packs. And right now it looks as though we're producing around 600 white science packs per minute over the course of the last hour. So that is indeed not too shabby. I've also made some progress. My next worker robot speed is actually going to cost me 256,000 science packs. So admittedly, that is quite a bit. I wonder, how is our water production doing? So this water train isn't even filling up completely. Yeah, looks like the first one has lots of priority, but look at that. It's not filling up the second one really. Yeah, you know, I think what we can do is just add more of these guys. Why the heck not? Then we are gonna combine you and you. So now we have 2 extra pumps working. Actually, maybe this isn't even gonna help us if we don't add more pipes. Yeah, we maybe should add more pipes for the second train. Another thing that slowly bothers me is the production for stone bricks here at the bottom. Maybe we're just gonna sacrifice a city block in order to do that more efficiently. Like, all we need is iron ore, stone bricks, and water, which I believe we produce. As a matter of fact, we could go ahead and utilize this city block here. Let's set up some flooring wherever we can. I'm gonna do a little bit of testing here, see how we could set this up. We can use some speed modules here as well. This would probably be awfully quick. Another research done. Nice. So how much is this already? Yeah, look at that. That is just absolute insanity. So instead of speed beacons, let's try to reduce the power. Actually, that was per minute. Yeah, never mind. Let's get back to the speed beacons. Looks like we can have a setup with 16 machines using 90 stone bricks, so 2 entire belts, and we produce 4 belts of concrete. This is absolutely perfect. So give me that. That means we need 2 of you. Let me try to find the center, and then we need to go up 8. That means I need lots of space. 14, 16. Yeah, we don't have enough space. Just how much space are we missing? If I can help it, I would like to keep it at 2 rows, but it looks like we have to divide it up even more. So instead, what we could do is use 4 by 4. Then we copy this over like so and so. Okay, I can actually live with that. Let's think about how we want to set this up. We can actually do something symmetrical now. We then go ahead, provide some water from the outside, and we're gonna connect 2 of these pipes together, or 2 of the assembly machines per line. And this comes down here. It should be good. Yeah, I like it. And then we can technically copy over the piping here and connect everything. Let's already set up an unloading station here and a loading station on the top. Actually, we already have one. We don't even need one. The concrete produced here is just gonna be for the building robot, so we can just store it. Yeah, let me just go ahead and wrap this up. We're gonna need to replace one of these stations with a water station. Then we also need to provide some iron ore, and the stone bricks should be easy. We're gonna export them, and then somewhere along here we're gonna collect the materials, so that as of this point I'm not gonna struggle too much with all the stuff that is not done. I mean, look at that. Like, every city block suffers from not having enough of those. On the plus side, we're doing extremely well in terms of research. I've done everything above the 10k mark, even all the combat stuff here. The next stage is going to be 16,000, also with the mining productivity 27,000 signs. For the time being, I'm just going to improve my robot follower count. Here it is, and it is absolutely freaking insane. The robots just started working. Now I have 0 available construction robots of almost 2,000. This is exactly what I should have done a long time ago. I mean, it didn't take that long. It was very easy to manage. And you can see at this point we're not even going through 2 lines of bricks, so we should be fine. Wow, look at that. Just absolute insanity. I had to pick them up with quite a few stack inserters to be able to keep up the pace. But yeah, that now makes me happy. That means my robots are all over the place, finally finishing all of the squares. By the way, I also changed up how I want to do the logistics in the future, just to save on a bunch of roboports. I don't want them all over the place, and I also want to have my crafting sites more recognizable. So eventually in this view, wherever I have a empty space without logistics, there's going to be a crafting station, and I can easily spot the symbols. But I also want to get rid of the roboports where there are only solar panels, so these modules right here, I'm just slowly but surely getting rid of all the roboports. Of course, I want to make sure they are completely finished building, otherwise my robots are not going to have access anymore. We're also still launching missiles. At the moment we are lacking the rocket fuel, actually. Intriguing, that's the first time I believe. Maybe it's on its way. But yeah, I have to say, this is going pretty swell. Look at that, now they are actually building the freaking flooring here. This would never have been done otherwise. Now, what else seems to be the problem? Most of the stations are being served. There's something here. Yeah, freaking blue circuits. And then same thing here, the blue circuits. Otherwise, looking good. Ooh, looks like we could do another iron site or so. let's maybe do that. I wanted to tap into this iron vein and I wanted to show you the new mod anyways. So let's go ahead and actually do that. Also, some of the blueprints that I never rotate around, such as the city blocks here, I offset a little bit. So if we go into the blueprint, I snap them to the grid and I had to offset them a little bit just by trialing and erroring. And what this does for me now is it aligns them perfectly. So I don't even have to aim very carefully, but only do that with the things that you don't rotate, otherwise you're gonna mess it up. Except you actually made the blueprint perfectly. But yeah, here we go, here we are, there is the arm patch. I imagine we are going to pick it up maybe on this line here, on the straight one. Actually, we might be better off doing it here. Yeah, that's honestly better. So eventually this rail is gonna go straight here, and then we also want a loading station. Let's see, yeah, put this right there. So this is where my loading station is gonna go. I want to get rid of that power pole though, and we want to tap into that resource. We want to bring the resources towards the south and then into a balancer into the station. So let's open up the outpost planner. And I've already added all the transport belts that I'm willing to use. You know, whenever we don't need anything more efficient, it's gonna be the yellow one. Why use a better one if you don't really have to? We want the resources to be collected down on the south, right? And we want 4 output belts. All of these entities we can use. Smart placement of the power poles. I chose the small electric power poles. Okay, let's do that. There's now a button and we can just go ahead, tap into a resource. Let's do this one here and see what it does. It actually builds a blueprint here. Now, granted that I built the loading station, some of the belts we might have to switch up a little bit. So far so good. It's a building around everything. You can see on the top here it used the yellow belts, and the further it goes, the more advanced the belts got. And just like that, we're already collecting more materials and we're bringing it into the station. Nice, this actually went really fast. The only manual labor I have to do now is actually remove this chest here, but we also have to add 2 additional trains as per usual. So that might be a little bit agonizing, but fortunately enough we can deal with it, probably. Let's just load some iron ore here and we take a stationary train, copy this. It's not that much of a hassle. Okay, now I guess we just have to make sure this actually gets finished, and this bottom part here as well. Oh my gosh, I have to bring robots here. Let me add this guy, even though obviously we cannot finish it, but the most important part is we get some roboports in here and my guys start to landfill the area. Oh man, we will have to hurry up quite a bit with this. This is how I've been dealing with the resources lately, to make it much more bearable. And if we check out the stations, at the moment I have 8 copper stations and I have 7 iron ore stations. Actually, does that add up with the amount of trains I have? Yeah, there, 16 copper and 14 iron. Makes sense. Great, okay, I would say in this case we're gonna continue. Look at all the robots having finally something to do. Yeah, now I really don't have to hold back anymore when it comes to the flooring. As a matter of fact, I might need more robots. I think 2000 are gonna be enough. I'm just gonna up it to the 2000s, then we're good. But yeah, I guess the next problematic thing are the landfills, and we just need stone for that. I'm now actually tempted to do the same thing with the landfills as well. Like, this base here is pretty much useless, so why don't we go here, build an unloading station, or actually a loading station, but we're gonna use it as an unloading station, just ship some stone here and build a mini area for the landfill. I mean, why the heck not? Yeah, let me just go ahead and do that while everything else is going on, and I'm gonna be right back. And just like that, we now also have practically access to unlimited amounts of landfill, which is going to be quite useful. Yeah, looks like 1 machine is enough. I cannot even feed it enough with 9 inserters taking care of the stone. But yeah, look at that. My robots are busy and I'm quite happy, I have to say. We already went through so much research again. I think I'm gonna keep researching follower robot count until we reached 10,000 in science cost. And then I'm probably gonna do another mining productivity and worker robot speed. I want these guys to be even faster. And of course, in the meantime, we keep on doubling and tripling up on every resource we require. Looks like at the moment the circuits are the biggest problem. Especially the freaking blue circuits, even though I already have quite a few of those stations. Let me see. Yeah, we have 3 contraptions taking care of blue circuits. Well, I guess that is not that many after all. But as you can see, I kept on expanding, so we have more slots to build our factories in. I think now it's basically time to keep on expanding. I'm definitely gonna finish off what we have going on here. Turns out if we build this way, we don't really have to worry about power. I have more than enough at the moment. And what I also would like to see is more resources, especially oil. I think I might have to tap into some more deposits to make it worthwhile. But yeah, I'm gonna be back later with another update. Alrighty, we are back. You can see my robots are busy. I just left the game running as I was editing the video. And I have to say, we are living in luxury. Actually, at the moment, researching mining productivity, so that's gonna be even better. I hooked up another iron resource. I also hooked up a couple of oil deposits on the way. And yeah, what can we call this base? Hopefully already a mega base. Let me actually see. Consumption is probably more relevant at the moment. No, okay, we're not quite at the mega base status, so there is gonna be another episode. We will have to upgrade a couple of materials, especially the circuits. They are always a huge issue. Also, I'm not getting enough of these control units. So if we get that under control and we manage to actually keep up 1,000 science packs over the course of 1 hour, I will consider the goal of this mini-series completed, and then it depends on you a little bit whether or not you want to see a continuation or maybe a completely new playthrough. But yeah, with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.